Hello, my name is Mitch Lacher. I go by that name both in Second Life 3D community as well as in War Thunder. And I'm a member of 3rd FT in War Thunder, which is Flying Tigers Group, 3rd Squadron, Hell's Angels, which was indicated on my airplane. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. There's some user skin issues. But this is mostly what my plane looks like to me when I'm flying it at the present time. Chinese emblems, American P-40. And I wanted to get into one of the videos that, make a video about survivability and scoring well in a P-40 in a realistic battle. P-40s are not particularly well known. In fact, other planes, including myself, when I'm flying them, seek out P-40s as a target, and that's because they're typically kind of easy to shoot down, and I wanted to be a little less easy to shoot down. So I've been doing a lot of research in the realistic flight mode lately, and so I'm going to try to speed through some of the short stuff. As you can see on the map here, if you're watching my cursor over there, this is me in the edge. So I'm going to fly across this area of the map and then cut back across this way behind our own lines. The purpose of that is I'm trying to gain as much altitude as I can. I got a 15-degree nose up angle and 98% throttle so I don't overheat anything. I try to not overuse the WEP, or emergency power setting. I also want to get some altitude over my enemy if I can, and not overstress the airplane in a dive if I can help that, because I've been doing that a lot. And that's what my plane looks like to me. It's got the Hell's Angels emblem on it, it's got this Chinese user scan on it, and it's a P-40, which flies smooth and is very predictable, and I'd like to be good at it. And as it turns out, there was a pretty good spattering of quite a variety of different aircraft. There's another P-40 over there, F-2A, which is Buffalo, F-4F, which is Wildcat, SBD is a single-engine Navy bomber. P-400 is the early Airacopter stuff. And there's another P-40 and another P-40. So there's quite a few of us out here. I climbed up into this overcast, went across the peninsula, like I said, and I heard some calls regarding a Wellington. And there's the Wellington down over there on my left side. Now, just as pretty typical here, your visibility is limited, and you can turn these things off, so you don't see them at all. But I'd kind of prefer to see what I'm shooting at. So if you consider this a cheat, well, I'm going with simulation. Turn all that stuff off, and then you have to find the specs and chase them down and find out who they are. Now, as usual, the Wellington had a friend, and there's the Spitfire, so I decided to go after the Spit. I didn't hit him too good here, but I let him know I was there. The Wellington's been damaged already. He took a shot at the P-400 and missed. And I lit him up, but I didn't kill him. He's still flying. And I'm burning up more ammo than I really want to without having a very good angle on the guy. And I stayed in a fight because he's giving me a downward place to shoot. I'm not losing too much energy. I'm staying at almost 300 miles an hour. So he's not trying to outclimb me, even though typically a Spitfire can. There he died because his name went black, so the pilot got killed. Now the 400 and I are going to chase down this bullfighter that happens to be heading in the direction of our base. You can see our base over here. Now we're heading away from the enemy line, and there's not a whole lot. That guy would like to chase me, but he's getting chased down by two other blues, two friendlies. And I've got my guns on a convergence at 600 meters. Now, in my mind, there's 1,376 yards in a mile. And a meter is a little over a yard, so I've got my bullets set to converge at half a mile, and so I peppered this guy good, and he died. Crew damage, what normally happens if a plane doesn't completely blow up, is the wheels come down and the names disappear, and it enters some kind of a death flag. And that one in particular, poofed, just vanished because everybody got out. At this point, I figure I've probably shot up most of my ammo. I looked around like I'm doing right now, and there's no real serious threat right now. So I'm going to see if I can't get back to my base and reload, rearm, fix any damage to my plane. There's a base over there. So I'm not overstressing anything at this point. I've got 2 kills under assist, which is pretty good for me. And I still want to contribute to the team if I can, so I'm going to try to make a nice landing. I didn't. I made an okay landing, but there was a bit of an internet hiccup right as I was on final here. I don't know what it was all about, but it kind of glitched me, and so my landing had a little bounce to it, but it wasn't by any means damaging to the aircraft or anything. It just bounced up in the air a little bit. Now I'm going to tell you right now, if you're in a membership mode and you want to become a member of the 3rd Flying Tigers of War Thunder, which was founded by a group of guys and gals that are from Second Life, and they founded Flying Tigers group in Second Life years ago. And now we're doing a lot of flying here, and the thing is, some of it involves training. And a lot of people don't want to train. They just want to get up and start pointing the gun and shooting around. Well, go get a state fair type program, you know, a shoot the ducks in a pond thing, because that's not what this is about. In these kinds of battles, realistic in particular, you got to be able to land your plane to get it repaired, to get it fixed. If you're on a short field and it's distressed, like damaged or something, you're going to have to maybe turn around if you overshoot the field and taxi back to it, because you have to be on the airfield in order to get repaired. So deal with a little bit of training. Now, at this point, I can't really show it, but I looked and there's 4 of us and 2 of them, and I'm just cruising around, not really paying much attention, until all of a sudden I see that here's our poor P-40 pal of mine, and there's a spot right there, and he's not alone. And it turns out that the 2 enemies that are left are both Spitfires, and they're both coming on chasing us back to the base to see if they can kill us. And I tapped that guy a little bit, and his buddy and I start shooting. You can see his tracer's coming, so I duck out of the way as much as I can, and I gave it a real tough turn, and my rudder come off. But he's coming around, and I'm diving low, and I duck out of the way so they don't shoot me too much worse. And they're spraying a lot of bullets. The Spitfires have a lot of firepower. But luckily, they aren't great pilots, and so even though they shot a little bit, they didn't hit a lot. They got me smoking, but this is a tough bird I'm in, and I still got a little bit of control. Now you see our P-40 is coming. He's a little less than 2 miles. They're a little less than 1 mile. So he's hauling the mail to get back here. That second P-40 Spitfire crashed right there. I hope you saw that. He started dancing around too hard. And one thing in realistic, if you overstress the Spitfire, it'll just come apart. Wings will pop off, all kinds of crazy things. So he crashed his airplane. And yay, you know, good for me. I got no rudder, but I still have a lot of control. Spitfire is taking fire from the P-40 over there, and he slowed down. Now, the other thing about this realistic is if you spend a lot of time with more emergency power, you're going to burn your engine up on your plane. So this guy's pretty much in an idle with Spitfire. And he's probably damaged his aircraft. He probably took some hits from this P-40. And I'm coming in on him, and the other P-40's coming in on him at 2 angles. And he's pretty much just a sitting duck at this point. So the two of us are going to pound him into oblivion, make him go swimming, and that turned out to be the end of the fight because that was the last of their vehicles, and this other P-40 and myself were the ones that survived the whole thing. And I got some wing damage and something going on that's making my engine smoke, and I'll need a new rudder hinges, and that's all fixable stuff. And that is where the battle ended, because I was heading down to the base to make a landing, but when the program realizes the battle is won, it's over. And that performance wound up getting me first place in the team on that particular battle. This is Mitch Lacher, and this is how you fly in War Thunder.